So Reese brings up an interesting mindset. He had commented on my video about setting up our own process inside of America and leaving America. And I responded to his comment about, he said that all they would do is come in and burn it down like they did in Oklahoma. And so I suggested, so what do? We sit here and continue to vote, continue to hope and beg them for some type of fairness. And he wrote multiple comments, and I'm gonna sum it all up. But this one kind of expresses it the best. He says, how are you going to create economic power in a system created to enslave you, oppress you, and control you? And he talked about how this is the reason why we don't have any banks or corporations outside of the American system. And most of his comments dealt with the American system. He referred to how Bill Cosby tried to buy CBS, and we see what happened to Bill Cosby. And I do agree with the conspiracy thought process on Bill Cosby when it came to him trying to buy CBS. Bill Cosby tried to buy a company that controlled the media, and I see the power in that. But he didn't try to do something where he controlled land. And when you control land, you can control the education, and you can control the businesses on that land, and you can then control your system. You see, if you go back in history and you look at a situation like the Maccabees around 165 BCE, what you find is the Jewish people used the Roman system that they were in to set up an independent kingdom within the Roman Empire. Now, of course, being in a different era of time, the Romans sent an army, a physical army, out to destroy them. And they won. I've been to Masada to see the last campaign. We are in a different era, even in a different era than Tulsa. Whereas the attacks won't come physically like that. The attacks will come through infiltration. The attacks will come through trying to manipulate laws and things of that nature, which is why my plan rather, involves controlling the laws in the pockets of land that we control and then expanding. But as far as being in this system, I agree with you 100%. Years ago, I did a video about leaving this whole country, getting out of this system. But let's be real. Just as you are still in this system, if you're still in America, you're still in this system, so am I in this system. We haven't left. Most people born into this country is not going to leave. They're going to stay here. So we can talk about getting out of the system, but most people are never going to leave America. And since they're not, then we have to initiate a process to gain that freedom, to gain that safety within the system, to be our own Maccabees.